welcome back. It's been a very busy summer for me. I've been working non-stop. I know the videos have kind of gotten put on the back burner. I do wish I hadn't had more time for that. So the way I'm able to do this whole project is working a full-time job and then come home and spend all my free time working on the boat. And the video editing just got to be a little too much for me. But now that it is getting colder, I should have a lot more time to do some editing. So I've still got lots of footage. We're going to go back and you can see we painted the hull, and I think it turned out really nice. All the mistakes we made painting the cabin top kind of we learned from that. So we knew what we were doing on the hull, at least. A few tips I want to throw out pertaining to Awlgrip especially. Most important factors I would say are, one is the surface preparation. Any imperfections will be pretty obvious, so you need to have it exactly how you want it before you start priming and painting. Also, you definitely want to sand between every coat, and so we did 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of the top coat, and that worked out pretty well. The primer is a lot less temperamental, so you need to pick your window very carefully. Humidity has to be very low. Temperature should be mostly warm. If you're painting outdoors like we did, you have to start as early in the day as you can, because the standard cure time is, on the label, it's 24 hours. You can usually get away with getting it cured just enough. If you start in the morning, getting it cured before dark. And if you're like here, it gets pretty humid at night, so you have to have it cured up enough so that moisture doesn't penetrate it. And any moisture is catastrophic to Awlgrip. It'll leave bubbles and marks, and it's not good. You have to start all over. Now, in hindsight, I also discovered when I went back and did some touching up, is that Awlgrip has an accelerator that you can use, and that changes the cure time, and that reduces the cure time to 6 hours, which is very, very nice. I wish I had used that from the start, but we did manage without it. Last couple things, thinning is very critical if you don't want to get sag marks or drips and things like that. Oh, and one more thing I found is important when say you go and use Awlgrip for the first time, or really doing anything on a boat, is when you make a mistake, you know exactly where every mistake is, so it seems obvious to you, but you have to kind of adopt what I think of as the 10-foot rule, and that is, if you can't immediately notice it from 10 feet away, you should just leave it alone and be happy. So I'm pretty happy with this. Now, if you come in close, and there's a few parts I went back and touched up and you can't even really notice. Somewhere around here I sanded and repainted, and pretty happy because I can't even find where it is anymore. But if you come in close, you can see a couple spots. I want to show you where those little sag marks can come in if you can kind of make it out. You can see just there where the paint kind of sags a little bit, or it pulls up because it's either thin too much or you just put it on too thick. So putting it on very lightly and tipping it very well, or very gently or precisely, is very important. All right, let's go back and take a look at what we did.